Hi, how you doing? My name is Ian Campbell and I'm the author of this book, A Walk with God. Now, before we start talking about the upcoming videos that you're going to be watching, I just want to just talk a little bit about myself. Now, I'm 50 years of age and I've been a Christian for about 21 years now. And one of the things is I'm just an everyday sort of person. I have my failings, ups and downs, and I'm not perfect in any way, shape or form. And so, you know, I'm just the sort of person that I just love God with everything I've got. And the upcoming 10 videos that you're going to be watching, it's just my chance to express myself about the faith that I have and the love that I have for Jesus Christ. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, why Jesus Christ? And you might be thinking, well, there are a lot of faiths out there. Which one do we choose? Well, like I said, I'm 50 years of age, and when I was a young man, a young boy, and we used to go shopping many years ago, and we go shopping for all sorts of stuff and crisps. There used to be something like 3, maybe 4 flavours at the most. So when you walk down the aisle, there was like 3 or 4 bays of crisps. That was it. That's all you had to choose from. Now, you come up to 2014, you know, there is a complete aisle of crisps. There's every flavour known to man. And you might think to yourself, which one do I choose? What about this flavour? What about that flavour? You know, when I was a young man, out of the 3 that we had, I think there was plain, salt, vinegar, cheese and onion. And I think then a bit later on, they brought in prawn cocktail and that was all new. And then it was bacon, beef and so on. But at the start, there was like 3 flavours. And I chose my favourite, cheese and onion. You might think, well, what's that got to do with faith? Like I said, there are many faiths out there. And you think to yourself, well, which one do I choose? They all look good. They all offer the self-same thing. You know, which one do I pick? Well, my answer to you is that if you're seriously looking for, or seriously thinking about a faith, there comes a time in your life where you need to step up and make a decision. Now, I can't make that decision for you, and that's what this introduction is about. Which one do you pick? Well, all I can say is I'm not going to speak about other faiths. I wouldn't be so rude because I don't know about them. All I know about is my faith. So why Jesus? Why Christianity? You see, when you decide to pick one faith, each one of them has a place of worship, and Christianity is no different. Now, if you base your decision on the place of worship you go to, one of the things that you'll find is that the place is full of people. Now, people of all shapes, sizes, colours, creeds, sects, whatever, they're all different people. And if you're going to base your decision on that faith, based on the people that you meet, well, I'm sorry, you're going to come to the wrong conclusion. The one thing you need to be looking at is, who do they worship? That's the key. That's what you should base your decision on. I base my decision on who is Jesus Christ. Who is God? Who is Jesus? What does he do? What does he offer? What is he like? What can he do for me? What does he require of me? And that's what I want to talk to you a bit about. You know, you can't base your decision or your thoughts and feelings on people, because whatever place of worship you go to, whatever faith you look at, people are people. People will talk to you, people will ignore you. People are helpful, people are not helpful. People are people, life is life. I could ask you a question, in honesty, I could look at you and say, yeah, you that's watching this video, are you perfect? Are you the perfect man, perfect woman? No, you're not. Neither am I. You see, none of us are perfect. We've all got our faults, our failings, we've all got our good points, we've all got our bad points. But we're people. And where people are, you can't base your decision on that faith, on the people that you meet. You should base your decision on the deity and the God who they worship, or whom they worship. And that's what I want to talk to you about. See, I base my decision on Jesus Christ, on who he is, on what he requires of me, you know, what he can give me, what I can give him. So all I would just say to you today is that watch the videos as they come up, watch all 10, and just listen to the points that are put across. You know, for me, Jesus Christ is the one. Now, the one thing I want to say to you is this. I know a lot of people will say that all faiths, all roads and all faiths lead to God. Well, I'm awfully sorry to upset some people. No, they don't. Now, in my Bible, if you look at John chapter 14, verse 6, you'll see Jesus answering the disciples, and he's talking about, that he's the way to go. And Thomas says, "We don't know, Lord. How do we know which way to go?" And Jesus says these words. He says, "I am." Now he says, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." Now, the first thing you've got to look at, and I'll try and keep this brief, is if any of you have seen the Ten Commandments, you've seen the film about Moses, he says to God, when God says to him, "You need to go back to Egypt, you need to go and free my people," he says, "Who shall I say is sending me?" And God doesn't say, "Tell them God sent you." He says, "Tell them I am is sending you." He said, "Tell them that." So Jesus, by saying to his disciples, "I am," is saying to them, "I'm God. I am," or myself and God, we are the same person. But he goes on to say, "I am the truth, the way, the truth, the life." And what he's saying is, I am not one of many truths. I am not one of many ways or one of many lives. He's saying, I am the defining way, the defining truth. It's like he's saying, well, he is actually saying, I am the only way. I am the only truth. I am the only life. That's what he's actually saying. And he is what he says he is. But the thing that does it for me is the fact that he goes on from that. If you read and you read on from chapter 7, after he says, "I am the way, the truth, and the life," he says this, and this is the bit that defines who he is. This is the piece that sets him aside from every other god that people worship. And it just goes to show that all gods that people worship, they don't all lead to God the Father. He says this. This is Jesus' words. He says, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." Then he goes on to say, "Nobody." Now, who is nobody? Well, nobody is the same as everybody. That's you. That's me. Nobody is you and me. Everybody is you and me. He says, nobody or no one comes to the Father, that's who God is, but through me. That's what Jesus says. Nobody comes to God except through me. That's his words. That's what sets him aside from every other God. That's what sets him aside as the one, the only, the way, the truth, and the life. That's what this book is all about. That's why I've put it forward. As far as I'm concerned, that sets him apart from all the others. You see, they are his words. That's what he said. Now, as I said earlier on, you have to make a decision. I can't make that decision for you. All I can do is just say to you, watch these 10 videos, have a look, have a listen, take on board what I'm saying and think about it. The decision is yours. But as I said earlier on, you have to make a decision. You have to stand up and go, well, I'm going to try one. And all it takes is for you to say, okay, God, I might not know what's going on, I'm not too sure, but here we go. One thing I will say, whether you believe or you don't believe that he is real and God is there, I can tell you this for certain, and this is just what I believe, but I know it in my heart to be true. Everyone, past, present, and future, will stand before God one day. This world as we know it's going to come to an end. It's going to finish. And you're going to stand before God. And he's going to look at you straight in your eye, and he's going to turn around like I'm looking at you now through the camera, and he's going to turn around and say, you tell me why you didn't believe in my son Jesus Christ. And you're going to be stood there, and you have to give him an answer. And as Jesus says in his book, at the end time, sheep will be on my left, that's the Christian people or the followers of Jesus Christ, and the goats, all those that didn't, will be on the other side. Those who are the sheep, welcome in, the others, bye-bye. It's a decision that we all have to make. Now, I know the reason you're watching this video is because you've got some thoughts about, faith. Well, here's mine. Christianity, Jesus Christ. Make him the Lord of your life. Have a look at this. Just think about it. And who knows? Who knows the decision you're going to make? God bless you for making the right one. And I look forward to seeing you in your future. See you soon. Bye-bye now. I'm glad you enjoyed today's message in the series of 10. The topics that we've been covering is really just a brief overview of my book, A Walk with God. If you want to purchase the paperback edition, click here on your screen for more information. But maybe you're not the sort of person that likes to read and maybe you want to hear the audio version of the book. Well, it's also available if you click here on your screen. Whichever you choose, I know you'll be blessed. God bless you and see you soon. Goodbye now.